Hello parents, and welcome to our presentation tonight. First, I'm going to need everybody to please access the sign-in sheet by scanning the QR code on your phones or typing in the link tinyurl.com/signindev. I have compiled a list of all the important links that I mentioned in this presentation that we will be using today, and I will place it in the chat from time to time. The first item, in the link I posted will allow you to sign in so we know who is present. There are two parts to this first link. The first is just the sign in, and the second is for any questions that you may have that you can write down as the presentation progresses. Parents, please keep the second sheet open as the presentation goes along, but please don't send it until the very end. This is how everyone will submit their questions to me today. So it's important that you have this page open as we go through the presentation. Just an FYI tonight that this meeting is purely informational, so we can keep the time to a minimum and everyone can leave within a certain time. I'm going to have everybody direct all questions towards our tour coordinator through the second part of this link. He will answer all questions via email by the end of the workday tomorrow. So, if you have not signed in, please do so now. Once again, that link is right there. It's tinyurl.com/signindev, and I will also put all of the important links in the chat. This would be the first one. Let's go ahead and sign in now. I'll give everybody about a minute to do so, and then we will proceed. Okay, folks, once again, if you have not signed in yet, please do so now. So welcome parents and families. Thank you to everyone for attending this info session to learn about this exciting opportunity for your child to travel abroad on an 8-day educational tour to Panama in the summer of 2023. First, I'll introduce myself and my background. I'll also give you a quick intro to EF Tours, which is our travel partner. Then we're going to talk about the following: where we're going and what we'll be doing, what's included in the 8-day tour, some information about our tour company, EF Tours. EF is so much more than a travel partner. They support us in so many ways, in which I'll tell you about in a few slides. We'll go over safety, which is EF's top priority, and how EF supports us in the entire process from planning to traveling. Lastly, we'll go over the price of the trip and wrap up the meeting by opening enrollment and submitting your questions using the sign-in form. Remember, there will not be a group question and answer session tonight, and all questions will be answered by the end of the day tomorrow through the sign-in sheet only. Once again, we're going to keep this meeting as short as possible in order to respect everyone's time. So a quick message for my students that might be translating. I have enclosed a transcript in the link that I dropped in the chat, a transcript in English and in Spanish, so you do not have to go crazy trying to translate everything, okay? So I would definitely have that open somewhere, maybe on a cell phone while you watch the video. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is Ms. Dev, and I have been the librarian here at Markham for 3 years. Before that, I was an English teacher, and I taught high school for 10 years and middle school for 5 years. Personally, I love traveling. I've been to London, Paris, all over the north of India, the country where I was born, and most recently came back from Manzanillo and Colima in Mexico. Travel is important now more than ever, and I really want you guys to have this experience of a lifetime. I personally love to travel because I think it is the best classroom that is outside of the actual classroom. I've learned so much about different cultures from going to different parts of the world, and I really want your student to do the same. Now I'd like to talk about some of the reasons that travel is good for kids. Travel is learning. There's no better way to learn about the history of a particular country than to be at the place where the history happened. While you travel, you can't help but learn about other cultures, places, people, and your own place in the world. This type of learning through living helps shape a worldview larger than what can be taught in a classroom or even our neighborhood, city, or country. Travel presents new opportunities. When you're traveling, new opportunities present themselves daily. There's always a chance to say yes to something new. Travel inspires curiosity and adventure. Kids are already curious to begin with, and travel will open them up to a whole new world of questions. It can help wake up their imagination and encourage them to play in creative ways. Travel inspires courage. Travel activities are a great environment for kids to move beyond their comfort zone and challenge themselves in a new way. The confidence that they'll gain is priceless. Travel improves ability to learn in school. According to the University of Georgia, students who studied abroad saw increased grades upon returning to the classroom. Simply put, travel encourages learning and makes kids want to learn. Travel provides a new sense of responsibility. Packing their bags and making sure they have all their things when switching from a new camp or hotel instills a sense of responsibility in kids that they may not normally have had on a daily basis. Travel is a break from technology. Often when traveling internationally, access to the internet isn't always readily available. It's the perfect way to take in the world around you, watch for animals on a hike, or just daily life passing by, as opposed to just staring at a screen. This break from screen time is mentally rejuvenating and encourages kids to become active members of the world around them. Travel opens minds. Experiencing a new culture and a different way of life opens kids up to develop a profound sense of understanding and respect. When kids get to meet local kids in the places they travel and play games together, an amazing thing happens. They build bonds and friendships despite cultural and linguistic boundaries. You're never too young to open your mind to respect and understanding. Before we dive into the incredible itinerary that we've selected for the trip, I want to talk about our travel and safety partner. I've chosen to partner with an organization called EF Educational Tours for the following reasons. They have 55 years of experience, which means they've seen it all and know how to respond. They know how to safely navigate a city as true locals that actually live in the destination that we are visiting. They have an office close to us on tour in case we need extra support. EF is an accredited educational organization just like our school. This means we're going to have fun, but also learn a lot. I feel extremely confident that partnering with EF is the best way to stay safe and healthy while having a life-changing experience. You can learn more about EF Tours on our tour enrollment page, which I will share with you at the end of this meeting. Now let's go ahead and talk about our tour. The detailed itinerary is the second item in the link I posted in the chat. Let's go ahead and click on that link. We can take a look at the itinerary. You can see it's action-packed. I could go through each day, minute by minute, but as I mentioned in the beginning, I want to be respectful of your time. So I recommend that everyone take a look at the itinerary on their own time, but for now, let's take a look at some of the sites I picked out that I'm most excited for the students to see. Here are some of the things we're going to be doing. Visiting Balboa Avenue, learning from indigenous persons, observing incredible wildlife, seeing the Panama Canal, exploring Panama Viejo or Old Panama, experiencing beautiful natural metro parks, saying hello to the ocean's crossing on the Panama Canal, discovering the ruins of Portobello with stunning views, and let's not forget about the food. Yum, yum, give me some. Now, let's talk about the travel dates. Because we are planning very early, and because we want to get the best experience possible, we need some flexibility when it comes to travel dates. With that said, we do have a travel date range, which means we could be leaving as early as July 8 and returning as late as July 23. We will find out our exact dates 2 to 3 months before the tour, but for now we could be traveling anytime within that range. Also to note, in the middle of that range falls July 12th to 19th. You will see these days as you enroll, but again, note you could depart for your trip as early as July 8th and return as late as July 23rd, but our focus is July 12th to July 9th is what we have our fingers crossed for. We also have the chance of traveling with another school, which would be a great experience to meet other students. So, let's talk about what's included in our itinerary. A ton, including the following: round-trip airfare, hotel stays, regional-style meals, a 24/7 tour director, transportation, expert local guides, sightseeing, entrance fees to landmarks and attractions. Let's talk about what we are personally responsible for on the tour. Baggage fees, tips for local guides, bus drivers, and the tour director, snacks and occasional meals, passports and visas. So as you see, a few things, but no real surprises there. As we get closer to departure, I'll hold a meeting for our enrolled travelers to talk about passports, tips, etc. If you are curious to learn more about passports and visas required for this trip, you can click on one of the items in the link I have provided in the chat. Plus, you can always submit any questions and concerns at the end of this presentation, as I have mentioned before. Now let's talk about safety. I've done my research and I feel incredibly confident partnering with EF Tours. Here is why. EF Tours has our back. They've thought of everything and I trust their safety policies. They have multiple systems in place to keep us safe. EF Tours will be right there to support us, locally, globally, pre-tour and on tour, to help us through any situations that may arise. Bottom line, we are safer traveling with EF Tours than we would ever be on our own. EF Tours has a lot of policies to protect our investment in the tour pre-tour, which I will cover in a minute, but they also provide us with a lot on tour. EF has a team of experts located around the world, and their number one priority is safety. They are always ready to respond to ensure that anything from a train strike to a sprained ankle won't slow us down. Their emergency support team is available 24/7, 365 days a year. They have enhanced safety precautions and procedures that cover everything from cleanliness to adjusting tours as needed. When we are traveling with EF, there is a support team from our tour director to myself to my chaperones. So, to take our travel to the next level, there are a few ways to continue personal and educational growth. First, there is the option of earning free high school credit. Additionally, EF is accredited just like our school, and there is an option of earning 3 college credits through a course from Southern New Hampshire University. These credits are fully transferable, which is an amazing deal. Going on this trip is like sort of the equivalent of passing a college course. Most courses in college are 3 or 4 credits. You can add this college class when you enroll. If you are interested in your student earning high school or college credit, you can always click the link that I posted in the chat, and you will find a link that talks about how to earn high school or college credit from this tour. EF Tours is our support partner. They support us in so many ways, and here are a few key players that help make our tour exceptional. There are people at EF, like my personal tour consultant and their travel support team, that help us prepare for the tour. My tour consultant, his name is Matt, he's right there, okay, helps me every step of the way from planning this trip to getting you all involved to getting us prepared to depart. Our traveler support team is there for you all to answer any possible questions you may have, from payments to dietary restrictions and more. While we are on our tour, we have our director leading the way, and of course I will also be there with my chaperones to help support the students and all of you back home. EF is offering a few things to help protect us and our investment to give us the confidence to book our travel experience now while monthly payments are affordable. Here are some ways that EF is protecting our investment. EF Tour's Peace of Mind program gives our group the flexibility to modify our tour or dates if we are uncomfortable traveling for any reason as we get closer to departure. They provide us with a risk-free enrollment period. So new travelers that enroll on an EF tour no later than November 1st, 2021 via the automated payment plan will have the option to cancel their tour for any reason prior to February 1st, 2022 for a full refund of the monies paid to EF. EF provides global travel protection, which is custom designed travel insurance that is unique to EF, which provides both pre-tour and on-tour benefits. It is built into the tour cost. It's a $165 value and everyone has that. You also have the option to purchase Global Travel Protection Plus. This extends the risk-free period beyond February. If you want more information on any of these programs, you can definitely read all the fine print on our tour enrollment page, which, like I said before, I will be sharing at the end of this meeting. EF provides a few additional opportunities to help fund our travel as well. These include a Global Citizen Scholarship, which is $1,000 needs and merit-based scholarship contest. To be eligible, students must complete an application and submit a 2 to 3 minute video on how this tour might change the way they think, feel, or act about the world. The 2022 Global Citizenship Scholarship will open in February 2021. This application is the fourth item in the link posted in the chat. Remember that this does not open till February. Next, we have the personal tour donation page. You're going to get this once you enroll. You can send out your personal tour donation URL from your traveler page. This page works just like a GoFundMe page, but it's way better because GoFundMe usually takes a cut. However, with this page, you will see 100% of the donations applied to your tour balance. This is great for holidays, birthday gifts, payment for babysitting, tutoring, mowing lawns, or just sending to friends and family who want to help you see the world. Like I said, we get so much more by traveling with EF beyond our itinerary and logistics. We have options for payments and protection, amazing safety and support, and personalized learning opportunities for everyone. And finally, here is why we are planning so far in advance. Travel is way more affordable if you can break up the payments. EF offers a variety of ways to pay for this experience. The easiest and most common ways to pay are the bi-weekly and monthly payment options, which allow you to budget for your tour just like any other monthly expense. If you are definitely interested, EF is asking for $95 to hold your place. After that, bi-weekly payments are $65. However, the most popular way to pay with EF is on a monthly basis. And if you enroll by September 30th, the monthly payments are $130 a month. Lastly, if anybody wants to pay in full, they can do that too. If you need more options, you can also select EF's manual payment plan, which follows a set invoicing schedule. Please just give EF's traveler support team a call and they can help. This plan does require some additional fees up front in addition to the $95 deposit that holds your place. If you would like to accompany your child or send an adult brother or sister, this is also possible. We have the same easy options, but the pricing is a bit different because of rooming and accommodation. So I can't wait to experience this trip with all of you. And at this point, enrollment is officially open. So please disregard where it says 6 spots guaranteed. I have a few more. And if you enroll by September 30th, you will receive a $200 discount on the cost of your tour. So let's go back to that real quick. So that's going to be $2,810 for kids. And for adults, it's going to be $3,260. Okay, so that is the price of the tour. My goal is for everyone to register as soon as possible so we can all take advantage of this discount and these affordable monthly rates before they're gone. So like the later you enroll, the higher your monthly rate is. If you enroll by September 30th, it's the best monthly rate, which is $130 for your kid. If this trip sounds like something you're interested in doing, I would sign up right away. So, how do you enroll? You can scan this QR code for the enrollment page, or you can visit the fourth item in the link put in the chat. I'll also be sending an email after this meeting with the link as well. Once again, that link is tinyurl.com/signindev. Again, in the chat, I have put all the important links. Okay, the enrollment page is www.eftours.com 2492623FM. Okay, so it's right there. You could sign in under, you can enroll under tinyurl.com/signindev. You can scan the QR code, or you can wait for the email from me that will allow you to enroll. So, the easiest way to enroll is online, but you can also call EF and let them know if you're interested in that option through your sign-in form. I want everyone to make sure and turn in the sign-in form that I showed you at the beginning of the presentation. Okay, once again, that's tinyurl.com/signindev. Part 1 is the sign-in. Part 2 is the questions. Okay, so I need to do the following so I can get a head count of who is going to enroll, to see who attended tonight, and then also to answer your questions in a timely manner. So once again, that was the first item in the link in the chat, the sign-in and the burning questions. So, families, this concludes our presentation for tonight. I want to thank everyone for coming, and I am hopeful and confident that we will all have an amazing time in Panama. I hope to see that many of you are enrolling, and I hope that you are just as excited about the journey as I am. Once again, all questions will be answered by the close of business day tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you enjoy your night.